This is the book of Revelation, chapter 6, verse 5. And when he had opened the third seal, I heard the third beast say, Come and see. And I beheld, and lo, a black horse, and he that sat on him had a pair of balances in his hand. Verse 6. And I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, A measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny, and see thou hurt not the oil and the wine. Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yahweh Shai, Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yahweh Shai. Yahweh is the name who the world ignorantly calls God, and Yahweh Shai is his son who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and all glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and taught us this truth. They are the true teachers for the nation of Israel on earth today. And citation to the Akim out there pushing this truth of sincerity throughout the 4 corners of the earth and risking their life for Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai's sake. I'm Brother Samak from the GMS Miami camp. And yes, the reason why I brought out the book of Revelation, chapter 6, verse 5 through 6, is I came across this article today from the Watcher.guru, and they're reporting how the U.S. economy could reach hyperinflation if BRICS becomes global currency. All right, and if you don't know what hyperinflation is, it pretty much means that the American dollar is weak. It's devalued. It has no purchasing power. Okay, and that means that all commodities, the things that you are used to buying, all right, are going to be very expensive because the dollar has lost its purchasing power, all right, to the point, all right, that it's worth nothing. That's what hyperinflation is, okay? If you look up 2 countries' history, they experienced hyperinflation. Zimbabwe, all right, and Germany, okay, before Hitler got into power. Okay, Germany, it was known as, let me look it up. Germany hyperinflation after World War I. Right. In 1923, at the most fevered moment of the German hyperinflation, the exchange rate between the dollar and the mark was 1 trillion marks to $1, and a wheelbarrow full of money would not even buy a newspaper. Most Germans were taken by surprise by the financial tornado. Right, that was Germany's hyperinflation. So to think that America can't go into hyperinflation, all right, and you're not paying attention to history, all right? America can easily go into a hyperinflation, and it's coming, all right? It is coming because that's going to make you people squirm to go take the Karagma, the mark of the beast, the RFID chip. So let me bring out this article. This scripture again. Revelation chapter 6, verse 5. Notice it says famine. And when he had opened the third seal, I heard the beast say, Come and see. And I beheld, and lo, a black horse, and he that sat on him had a pair of balances in his hand. Right, that represents slavery. Okay. 6. And I heard a voice in the midst of the 4 beasts say, A measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny, and see thou hurt not the oil and the wine. Right, this is talking about the truth, all right? The wisdom and understanding of the scriptures. Now, so we are going to be going into a hyperinflation, all right? You best believe that, all right? So, this is the reason why the Lord has his servants, the prophets, out to warn our people, all right? Because this is going to make you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, the bulk of you, squirm, okay? You're going to bug out when you see the food that you're used to buying, all right, so expensive that you can't purchase it anymore. NOT version, it says, And I heard a voice from among the 4 living beings saying, A loaf of wheat bread, or 3 loaves of barley will cost a day's pay. Let me read that one more time. A loaf of wheat bread, meaning a loaf of wheat bread, just a wheat bread, a loaf, okay, or 3 loaves of barley will cost a day's pay, all right? So meaning a day's pay will only get you, all right, a wheat of bread, okay? And this reminds me of a scripture about the women. It's part of the curses. Bread women. Wait, bread women. Yep, here it is. Leviticus chapter 26, verse 26. And when I have broken the staff of your bread, 10 women shall bake your bread in one oven, and they shall deliver you your bread again by weight, and ye shall eat and not be satisfied. Right, a big famine is coming, all right, to Babylon the Great. If you go into the NOT version, it says, I will destroy your food supply, so that 10 women. So who's going to destroy this food supply? Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. And how's he going to do it? All right, by putting the spirit on these Edomites, all right, that control, all right, the food supply, all right, to besiege your food supply, so that 10 women will need only one oven to bake bread for their families. All right, so that's crazy. 10 women would only need one oven to bake bread for their families. They will ration your food by weight, and though you have food to eat, you will not be satisfied. Right, so it's going to be rationed out. Okay, that's how bad it's going to get here in Babylon the Great. All right, wanted to bring that out. Okay, so and this is in the book of Revelation, chapter 6. All right, this is the last book of the Bible. So this prophecy has to be fulfilled, and it's going to be fulfilled. All right, a day's a loaf of wheat bread or 3 loaves of barley will cost a day's pay. Don't waste the olive oil and wine. Right, again, this is talking about the wisdom and understanding of the scriptures. That's why the elect are going to be firm when this happens, okay? Because they're going to understand, all right, that this is of the Lord, and they're going to put their trust and faith in Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. They're not going to get carnal. They're going to be spiritual, okay? A lot of you Jakes, all right, you're not ready. Some of you Jakes, man, you can't go a day without eating, all right? You can't go a day without eating. Some of you Jakes eat all the fucking time, man, all right? And the Lord's going to get you where it hurts, in your belly, man. That's how he always does. He did it before. He's going to do it again. So let's get into this article. So it says, the U.S. dollar stands at the crossroads of a new financial order as the BRICS alliance is looking to launch a new currency. Right. And BRICS is an acronym for Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. Okay. The present objective of BRICS is to dethrone the U.S. dollar and make the new currency the world's reserve status, right? And notice that de-dollarization, all right, that's all over the mainstream media. That's all over the news now, de-dollarization, okay? BRICS is advancing in its mission to challenge the U.S. dollar by convincing developing countries to end reliance on the greenback, all right? It says the bloc remains successful as close to 41 countries have expressed interest to trade in the new BRICS currency. So 41 countries are interested in the BRICS currency, meaning they're like, we're done with the American dollar. We don't want to hold your debt no more. All right? All right, we're going to return it back to you. And that's going to cause hyperinflation. It explains it right here. The development could put a strain on the U.S. economy as the greenback will have no means to fund its deficit. Right. How is America able to fund its deficit? By selling its debt, all right, to these other nations, these various nations, okay? Because America just keeps printing money, okay, which puts you in American debt, and then they sell these debts, all right, as bonds, okay? That's why I hate this fucking system, because it's so fucking stupid. All right? Look up what bond is. We'll look it up together. Okay? What is a bond? A government bond. Definition. Investopedia. Government bond. What is types of pro cons? A government bond is a debt security issued by a government to support government spending obligations. Right. So they're selling government debt. Okay? To these other countries. And eventually these other countries are going to say, no, we don't want to buy your debt no more. Goodbye. And that's going to cause hyperinflation. All right? And this is stupid, man. This is not how you run a country, all right? It's fucking backwards, man. And people believe this is normal, man. This shit ain't fucking normal, all right? Okay? Government bonds issued by federal government may also be known as sovereign debt, okay? So that's what what these other nations are saying. We don't want to take on your sovereign debt no more, America. All right? Take your funky FRNs back. And that's going to cause hyperinflation. While the debt ceiling crisis is yet to be resolved. Oh, the debt ceiling crisis. Let's look this up. All right? Debt clock. All right? Debt clock. This is why we tell our people, you don't know what the fuck is going on. All right? You need to wake the hell up. All right? Get your head out of your 4-point of contact. If you're so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American, you are the true biblical Hebrew Israelites. All right? You're supposed to repent, seek your power, because you're going to need Yahweh Bashim Al Shai when all hell breaks loose. So here is the debt clock. There is the U.S. national debt. Okay? And this is what America's selling to these other nations. And the nations are getting tired of America's debt. Okay? They're getting tired of America's, all right, bullshit. All right? And they're going to say, fuck this American dollar. All right? And that's when the fun begins. That's when it's going to be a purge scenario or a twisted metal scenario. I'll get back to this later. I'm not going to play it, but notice it says toilet paper. All right? Twisted metal trailer on Peacock. All right? Find it very interesting that they're now making Twisted Metal as a series, all right? And Twisted Metal is based on a dystopian. If you played a video game, which I played a video game a long time ago when I was a child, all right? It's based on a dystopian world, all right? Everything's all fucked up on the planet. So it's interesting that now they made a series, okay? Because it's gonna get Twisted Metal like, Purge like, okay? You think Esau makes these movies, all right, for the fun of it? No, all right? It's called predictive programming. Anyway, continuing on. While the debt ceiling crisis is yet to be resolved, the burden of a BRICS currency success will take a toll on the American economy. Heritage Foundation, right, and the Heritage Foundation is a think tank of America, like the RAND Corporation or the Brooks Institute, all right? Those are think tanks that the elites use, all right? Esau Edom use, all right, to see the condition of his country, all right? They go off of facts, figures, numbers, okay? Data, statistics. Heritage Foundation economist E.J. Antoni warned that the U.S. dollar is on the brink of losing its reserve currency status. All right, and this is all by design because they want everybody out the dollar and into the digital blockchain, okay, CBDC, all right, crypto, and attached to it is a RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast. Antoni explained that if developing countries ditch the dollar and trade in BRICS currency, the debt ceiling crisis could worsen. The economist rang the warning bell, saying that if America fails to fund its deficit, 7 decades, meaning 70 years of deficits, could flood the U.S. economy. Right. Okay? That's hyperinflation. Meaning all this debt that these countries, all right, have purchased from America, they're going to send it back. Okay? He said that if such a situation arises, the U.S. economy might fall into hyperinflation where prices of all commodities would skyrocket. All right? Hey, let's get another scripture. Let's see these commodities. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, also known as the book of Sirach, chapter 39, verse 26. The principal things for the whole use of man's life are water, fire, iron, and salt, flour of wheat, honey, milk, and the blood of grape, and oil and clothing. These are your commodities. These are going to get expensive, that they're going to be out of reach to the everyday person, man. That's how bad it's going to get. Okay? It's going to happen in our lifetime. We are the final generation. Quote, losing reserve currency status would mean 70 years of deficits flooding back to the U.S., all competing with existing dollars held domestically to buy goods and services. Right, that's hyperinflation. All right, when all the money is sent back. All right, when all these countries say we don't want to hold your dollars no more, meaning these countries are weaponizing the American dollar to kill the American economy by sending it back. That's a hyperinflation scenario, right? Because now the American economy is going to bug the fuck out, because it's like, where does all this money come from? All right, which means the dollar is dead. The purchasing power of the dollar is dead, meaning you're going to turn into, all right, Germany in 1923. Again, where's that article? That all right, German inflation, hyperinflation. Okay, it was known as the Republic, right? The Rhine Republic, if I'm not mistaken, before Hitler took over. Wait, let me see. I'm just the German Republic. The Weimar Republic, right? That's what it was known as, the Weimar Republic. And this is when the inflation kicked in. All right, the mark, that mark currency, and that's what's going to happen to America. It also means we could no longer export inflation abroad, right? Because nobody's going to want the American dollar. It's worthless. It's weak. So we bear the full cost of future inflation ourselves, right? And that is a catastrophe. And that's what's coming to America, Babylon the Great, okay? Which proves that this place is through, all right? And that's when Russia, China, Iran, North Korea, Rocket Man is right, and your allies, America. That's when they gonna get busy on this place. And that's when, okay, nukes are going to fly, because there's no point of needing America no more. I'm going to bring out 2 Kings, because this is a besiege, all right, that the Lord has put the spirit on Esau, Edom to do, all right, the elites of Esau, Edom, all right, the Illuminati to do here in America, okay, because they wanted to. They're done with this place, okay. 2 Kings chapter 6 verse 25. Now, why am I bringing this out? Because Syria besieged northern kingdom, Israel, which is the northern kingdom, all right, and they stopped all the resource for coming into the city, all right, and that caused a great famine, okay, lack of food, okay, lack of commodities, all right, and that's what's happening now. The America is being besieged. So 2 Kings chapter 6 verse 25, but it's being besieged, sophisticated, all right. That's why they shut the economy down. That's why they're destroying chicken farms, right? That's why there's train derailments, okay. There's what's it called? Logistic problems. Yeah. 2 Kings chapter 6 verse 25. And there was a great famine in Samaria, And behold, they besieged it until an ass head was sold for 80 pieces of silver, right? 80 pieces of silver. And 4 part of cab of dove's dung for 5 pieces of silver. Okay, and if you go into the NLT version of this, it says, as a result, there was a great famine in the city. The siege lasted so long that a donkey's head sold for 80 pieces of silver, and a cup of dove's dung sold for 5 pieces of silver. Okay, so that's terrible, bro. People were eating dove's dung back in the ancient times, and that's what's going to happen here in America. People are going to eat their own dung, their own blood. Well, let me get that scripture. This is in 2nd Esdras, chapter 15, verse 58. Thy children shall die of hunger, and thou shalt fall through the sword. Thy city shall be broken down, and all thine shall perish with the sword in the field. Right, there's going to be a lot of home invasion, neighbors invading neighbors, your landlord invading you, all right? You women, you're going to get invaded by the landlord or the neighbor that's been trying to holler at you. He's going to, all right, I'm going to be graphic. Fuck it, it's going to happen, all right? It's just might as well be graphic. He's going to rape you. He's going to eat you after that. Rape you, then eat you. Yeah, that's how it's going to go down, okay? 58. They that be in the mountain shall die of hunger and eat their own flesh and drink their own blood for very hunger of bread and thirst of water. Okay? All right, let's go back to 2 Kings. Chapter 6, verse 26. And as the king of Israel was passing by upon the wall, there cried a woman unto him, saying, Help, my lord, O king. 27, he said, if the Lord do not help thee, whence shall I help thee? Right, that's the answer right there. If the Lord can't help you, how the hell can I help you? Okay, all right, and that's what it's coming down to, because the Lord's going to only take care of his elect. All right, the elect are going to eat, the elect are going to drink. All right, the elect of the nation Israel, because they've been serving the Lord. All right, in truth. 2 Kings chapter 6, verse 27, he said, if the Lord do not help thee, when shall I help thee? Out of the barn floor, or out of the winepress? 28, and the king said unto her, what aileth thee? And she answereth, this woman said unto me, give thy son that we may eat him today, and we will eat my son tomorrow. 29, so we boiled my son, and did eat him. And I said unto her on the next day, give thy son that we may eat him. And she have hid her son. So that's how bad it was. All right, women were literally, all right, exchanging, all right, goods and services, all right, using their son. All right, I'll eat you. This is what's gonna happen. All right, 30, and it came to pass when the king heard the words of the woman that he rent his clothes, meaning he ripped it, and he passed by upon the wall, and the people looked, and behold, he had sackcloth within upon his flesh. Yep, he was broken. All right. Ezekiel chapter 4, verse 16. Moreover, he said unto me, son of man, behold, I will break the staff of bread in Jerusalem, and they shall eat bread by weight and with care, and they shall drink water by measure and with astonishment. Right? Because this is the Lord doing it, and he's using these devils, okay, the wicked, okay, which is the sword, all right, to push, all right, the Lord's will, all right, to punish you people, man. Punish our people, because you're the ones, you're gonna get the brunt of it, because you ain't ready. All right. The economy, all right, the numbers, okay, of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and the Americans, all right, show that you're catching hell in this economy. All right. You're doing the worst in this economy. That's why Esau is not going to spare when he starts lighting you up with his weapons, because he knows you're going to try to invade his home. Then he's told me, son of man, I will make food very scarce in Jerusalem. All right, and Jerusalem's a people before it's a place. It will be weighed out with great care and eaten fearfully. Water will be rationed out drop by drop, and the people will drink it with dismay. Right. Excuse me. That's what's coming. All right. Now, I want to show this twisted metal, All right, I'm not gonna play it, but you see right there, toilet paper. All right, and this is in this Twisted Metal series that's coming out on Peacock. All right, they're literally letting you know. All right, toilet paper is gonna be a luxury. All right, because that's what he's looking at her like, oh, if I do do what you want me to do, if I do what you ask me to do, all right, you're gonna give me toilet paper. That's what he wanted for exchange, all right. And people are gonna say, hey, I'll give you my son, all right. You give me some gold, whatever. You give me some toilet paper. That's how bad it's gonna get, all right. Nothing new under the sun. It happened before. It's gonna happen again. Now I want to bring this out to those that are just living their so-called BS life. All right. This is to our people, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American, who ain't serving the Lord. All right. Who's bullshitting? All right. This is what's to you. This is what the Lord has to say. Jeremiah 16:1. The word of the Lord came also unto me, saying, verse 2, thou shalt not take thee a wife, neither shalt thou have sons or daughters in this place. Right. Okay. And all you clowns ain't serving the Lord. You shouldn't be having a wife. You shouldn't be popping babies because, all right, you set them up for failure. Real talk. 3, for thus saith the Lord concerning the sons and concerning the daughters that are born in this place, and concerning their mothers that bear them, and concerning their fathers that begot them in this land. 4, they shall die of grievous deaths, and starving is a grievous death, famine. They shall not be lamented, neither shall they be buried, but they shall be as dung upon the face of the earth, and they shall be consumed by the sword and by famine, and their carcasses shall be meat for the fowls of heaven and for the beasts of the earth. Right, and that's what's coming to you Jakes, man, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, all right, who are playing games, man, all right, acting like, all right, like this country ain't collapsing, all right, all around you. 5, for thus saith the Lord, enter not into the house of mourning, neither go to lament nor bemoan them. Right, so that's what the Lord is telling us. Okay, don't mourn, don't lament, don't bemoan these people, for I have taken away my peace from this people, saith the Lord, even loving kindness and mercies. Right, both the great, 6, both the great and the small shall die in this land. They shall not be buried, neither shall men lament for them, nor cut themselves, nor make themselves bald for them. Right, okay, that's judgment, man. 7, neither shall men tear themselves for them in mourning, to comfort them for the dead, neither shall men give them the cup of consolation to drink for their father or for their mother. Right, because so many people are going to die, man. There's not going to be a point to lament. You're not going to have time to lament. Okay. 8, thou shalt not also go into the house of feasting to sit with them to eat and drink. 9, for thus saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, behold, I will cause to cease out of this place in your eyes and in your days the voice of mirth and the voice of gladness, the voice of the bridegroom and the voice of the bride. 10, and it shall come to pass when thou shalt show this people all these words, and they shall say unto thee, wherefore hath the Lord pronounced all this great evil against us? Or what is our iniquity? And what is our sin that we have committed against the Lord our God? Right, that's when you clowns going to want answers. All hell break loose. You starving. You you're training your daughters, all right, for food, all right, and people are saying, hey, we'll split your son for food today, and then you can have my son for food tomorrow. All right, you're going to be asking these questions. Why is this happening? 11, then shalt thou say unto them, because your fathers have forsaken me, saith the Lord, and have walked after other gods, and have served them, and have worshipped them, and have forsaken me, and have not kept my law. Right, okay, and that cuts plantation Christianity, because, all right, if the bulk of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Americans, your mommy and your daddy were in plantation Christianity, okay, so that proves that can't be the way. 12, and ye have done worse than your fathers. Right, because now, if you look at, okay, those children that, all right, they produced, okay, these Generation Zs and the millennials, all right, they're fucking maniacs. They're psychopaths, man. They're out of their mind. They're beasts. It's 12. And ye have done worse than your fathers, for behold, ye walk everyone after the imagination of his evil heart, that they may not hearken unto me. Right. And that's what's happening now. All right. Everybody's gonna in their own vain thought process. All right. Everybody is following after gods. They think they're a god. They think these philosophies they're into, all right, is going to make them succeed, all right? Because when you worship idols, man, you're basically saying this is your god. So what is an idol? Anything you put before the Lord, okay? Anything you put before the Lord. Think about that. Now I want to bring this out because in Isaiah chapter 65, the Lord is going to take care of his elect, but the rest of our people you're going to starve. Isaiah chapter 65 verse 11, but ye are they that forsake the Lord, that forget my holy mountain. Right, and that's 2/3 of our people here in Babylon, the great America. All right, they turn their back on the Lord. All right, they're worshiping other gods, other idols. That prepare a table for that troop, and that furnish the drink offering unto that number. Right, the military troops are coming too. Okay, and they're gonna prevent you from going to different cities. All right, where there's food. All right, that's noted. You Jakes don't know what the fuck is about to happen. Food deserts in America. Do you know what food deserts in America is? There are over 6,500 food deserts in the U.S. These are places where economics and geography make it harder for people to access healthy, nutritious food. There's actually food deserts in Babylon, America. Okay? Food deserts. And these troops are going to make it even worse, man. They're going to block, you from entering the cities, all right? They're going to say, turn around, go back to your town, all right, wherever you came from, all right? That's not our problem. Turn around or we're going to shoot you. And that's when you're going to result to cannibalism, all right? There's actual food deserts in Babylon, America, okay? What are the biggest food deserts? Memphis and Tennessee have the biggest food deserts. Okay? That's how bad it is. They don't have access to fresh, healthy, and affordable produce. Okay? So you can't even afford GMO foods. I mean, you can't even access GMO foods because the non-GMO is more expensive. So this is talking about GMO food, which is unhealthy. All right, and who does it affect the most? Southern Kingdom. All right, food deserts. And the Lord has it set up for that for your judgment, man. 12. Therefore will I number you to the sword, and ye shall all bow down to the slaughter, because when I called, ye did not answer. When I spake, ye did not hear, but did evil before my eyes, and did choose that wherein I delighted not right. Worshipping other gods, worshipping idols. Okay? All right? Which, when you worship idols, you're saying that's your God, that's your power. Okay? Because what does God mean? Allahayim. Okay? Which means the powers. You're saying that, that's your God. Okay? Allah, God is Allah, God's Allah, Allahayim, right, plural, okay? That's your God. "13, therefore thus saith the Lord power, Yahweh, behold, my servant shall eat," right, the elect are going to eat, and this is what we believe. The Lord is going to take care of us, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. 14, behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart. Right, we're going to be rejoicing. The Lord's going to take care of us, okay? That's what we believe. That's why we go on the highways and byways, all right? Week in and week out. That's why we put up these videos. But ye shall cry for sorrow of heart and shall howl for vexation of spirit. There you go. So, Lord willing, is less edifying. All right. To the sincere Akim and Akwaf. As you can see, it's going to get bad for these Jakes. These Jakes are through. 2/3 are going to get, all right, fucked up in Babylon the Great. When hyperinflation kicks in, all right, the setting is being set. It's going to be like a Twisted Metal, Purge-like scenario, all right? And, and that's why we got to keep serving the Lord, all right, in truth. And, believe upon him because, all right, miracles are going to come. He's going to take care of, all right, those that believe on him. You got to believe in Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. All right, don't worry. If you've been doing the right thing, all right, the Lord going to take care of you. All right, but the rest of you Jakes that watch our videos and, laugh and scoff, think this is the game, all right, the Lord's going to get you where it hurts the most, your belly. And with that, I want to give all praise and all glory to Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, B'Shem Rokah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who grew well and taught us this truth. They are the true teachers for the nation of Israel on earth today. And citation to the Akim out there pushing this truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth and risking their life for Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai's sake. Love you, brothers. Keep adoring, keep the faith, keep pushing, keep fighting, keep studying. Pray without ceasing. Pray for each other. Pray for the apostles and elders. For the few sisters that are watching, keep studying when you pray. Pray with your head covered. We're almost out of here. Shalom and a bottom ball. Shalom.